We are honored to welcome you to the Faculty of Cultural Science, Universitas Gadjah, to mark the beginning of the Resound Summer School 2020. The Resound Summer School is a program that provides an immersive collaborative platform for participants from diverse geographical, disciplinary, and institutional backgrounds to critically examine the colonial sound heritage, provenance, ownership, and curatorial agency. Resound fosters inclusive and dialogical approaches to archival practice across diverse cultural and geographical contexts, which opens possibilities for engaging archives both along and against the grain. To set the stage for the sessions ahead of us, I would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Cultural Science, UGM, to provide the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ibu Nini.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please allow me to focus on my notes, so I would not say here and there. That's not to focus. So, distinguished partners from Ulan Sentalu, Sonobudoyo, Lokananta, University van Amsterdam, Sound and Vision, our esteemed colleges from the History Department, Faculty of Cultural Sciences, Universitas Gadjah Mada, as well as other colleges from other institutions around Indonesia, the Netherlands, and also the Philippines. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Faculty of Cultural Sciences, Universitas Gadjah Mada, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this very distinguished event, I guess, entitled Resound Summer School 2026, Restarting, Reconnecting, Reimagining Sounds Heritage. We are honored that one of our department hosts this international gathering, which brings together students, researchers, curators, artists, and cultural practitioners from diverse backgrounds to engage in this meaningful dialogue on colonial sound heritage, practices, and cultural restitution. Reading the program provided by the committee this morning, I was just got the invite this morning. I think I can say that this program reflects our shared commitment to advancing critical scholarship while fostering collaborations across disciplines, institutions, and national borders. The theme of this summer school reminds us that heritage is not merely preserved in text or object. It also lives in voices, music, performances, memories, and the many sounds that shape human experience. By listening to archives as careful as we read them, we open new possibilities to understanding history, recognizing multiple perspectives, and promoting more inclusive approaches to knowledge production and cultural heritage. For the Faculty of Cultural Sciences, this initiative also reflects our mission to promote international academic collaboration, interdisciplinary research, and socially engaged scholarship. We are grateful to the Department of History. Thank you so much. Can we please give a big round of applause to and all the partner institutions whose dedication has made this program possible. Over the next 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, I encourage all participants to take full advantage of this opportunity, not only to enhance knowledge, but also to build lasting academic network and also friendship. I hope the discussion, workshop, and the site visit. There will be some site visit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They will inspire fresh perspective and future collaboration that extend well beyond this summer school. And finally, I wish you all productive, inspiring, and also enjoyable experience during your stay in Yogyakarta. We do hope that this program contribute meaningful to the ongoing conversation on sound heritage. On behalf of the Dean of the Faculty of Cultural Sciences, I would like to declare that this Resound Summer School 2026 is officially open. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Ibu Ainul. Attendees, I would also like to invite the Head of History Department UGM to provide the opening remarks. Please welcome Bapak Abdullahi.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Ibu Dr. Saktiningrum for opening our summer school this morning on behalf of the team. So, and thanks also to all colleagues from the Netherlands, from Philippines, but also from other universities in Indonesia. Welcome to Yogyakarta, welcome to the Department of History, to our faculty of Cultural Sciences. So on behalf of Department of History, I would like to share my pride, but also gratitude to everyone, especially those who are flying far away from the Netherlands to join our program, summer course. And this is actually our annual programs, but this year it is quite special because the topic that we are going to discuss is quite special. It's about restituting, reconnecting, reimagining sound heritage with sound, which is actually part of the ongoing research collaborations between UGM and also University van Amsterdam and Beeld and Geluid Museum. So thank you so much, Barbara, is already here, and also Vincent from Amsterdam. I'm really sorry if I cannot mention everyone here. So, and I would like also to thanks to the participants, students who are really enjoying this event, these programs, choosing following this academic event rather than watching football this morning. And talking about football, actually, we are also witnessing the restitutions of some cultural subject in Indonesian football. If you're really following the Indonesian national team, 75% of them are actually imported from the Netherlands. So anyway, that's a joke. So in this opportunity, I would like to thank to everyone, especially the partners, University van Amsterdam, Beeld and Geluid Museum, but also our partners from Uden Sentalu, Daniel, thank you so much, from Museum Sunan Budoyo, and also Lokananta Museum of Surakarta. And last but not least, I would like to thank to the organizer, Pak Sri Margana, and especially to Dr. Widya Fitrianingsi, is around, and then for she has been working very hard to prepare the program. Thank you so much, and I wish we have a really fruitful and a fruitful discussion in the coming weeks. Actually, this week is quite busy week for us. We have another seminar on Thursday. So, but anyway, thank you so much again, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
much, Bapak Wahid. And attendees, I would also like to invite Bapak Dr. Mada to introduce the program to us. Please welcome him in a round of applause.
Terima kasih, thank you. Selamat pagi semuanya, good morning, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Ibu Menko, on behalf of the Faculty of Cultural Science who has been opening this summer school. Also, Dr. Abdul Latif for giving a speech, opening speech in this morning. Today, I also want to thank everyone who has been kindly participating in this summer school, and also our special distinguished guests from Amsterdam. Sorry, Vincent. Thank you, Vincent. We have also Barbara here. We have Mada from Reconnecting, Pak Daniel from Universitas. We have also a special guest from Universitas. Thank you. Pak Gadjah from Universitas Islam Indonesia, Ibu Kaprodi Sejarah, Ibu Mutiara, and also all of the participants I cannot mention one by one. Thank you so much for coming. Today I would like to introduce about this summer call very shortly. So this is part of our what we call it working package of our project with sponsored by NGO. And this is the first year of the project, which is very interesting topic. We take some expertise, we take some guest lecture. We also visit some places like Ulan Sintalo, and also going to visit Kanata, where there's also some employee, of course. We have to. I forgot to mention Ibu Rina from Sarawak. This is such very important as a place to conserve and get the artifact of the sound archive here in Indonesia. Of course, we also want to have experience also to visit the Netherlands later to see the NDSV, that's archive, sound archive collection. Okay, I would like to start with the why we want to have this summer school. First, this program is providing a kind of immersive, collaborative platform for participants to critically examine about the colonial sound heritage, provenance, ownership, and curatorial agency. And sound heritage is central to the sound report, to think and diversity, dominant understanding of heritage and curatorial practice. The sound prioritize the multiplicity of listener perspective over the singularity of the sound. A central question is what happened when we began listening to the archive rather than reading it. This is the main question that we want to ask. I hope we could get knowledge and experience by listening all the presenter here and invite this to come. We have at least 4 important themes that we're going to bringing this summer school. Maybe Ibu Batra can explain about the themes.
Sure. Thank you, Mama. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome, especially thank you to the colleagues from Universitas UGM for the warm welcome here in Yogyakarta. Magono and I work together on this project. I sort of am the partner from the Amsterdam side of the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Yeah, we created the themes of this project together, and the summer school really is a way for us all to collectively, reimagine, to create a space to reimagine and to reconsider sound heritage, what we can do with it now as historians, as musicologists, as social scientists, because we're used to using written sources for our historiography, for our music studies, for our ideas, anthropological ideas about people. But indeed, as Bamagola just outlined, what happened if we start listening to past times, to other places, to not only with regard to the music that's being played there, but also with regard to all kinds of sounds that people produce, for instance, with regard to speech, or events, or maybe uproars, even historical uproars, but also with regard to environmental sounds, like the kind of industrial sounds that are being heard, the machines that are being used, the wind in the leaves. Sound tells us a lot about what's going on around us that written sources do not, because written sources have only been written by people who can read and write, which is, especially in the past, a very small part of the worldwide population. So that is one of our aims, and we have actually 4 themes that we would like to highlight in this summer school. I was just saying I want to thank the colleagues, of course, of Universitas Gadjah, Mada, but I also want to thank the students very much because they're participating today and with regard to content, with regard to thinking along with us, but they also do a lot of organization to make this all go smoothly under Ibu Bijah's great coordination. So thank you also for that. So these 4 themes, we have been thinking about, I will just mention them first, about inter-Asian curatorial dialogues, about artistic interventions, about canon formations and untold histories, and about notions of memory and heritage that are also so important in ethnomusicology. So to start with the first theme, this inter-Asian curatorial dialogues. This is actually something that my good friend and colleague Melia Momo, who will join us probably on Wednesday, pointed out to me because I had never realized it, despite the fact that I had spent a lot of time in Indonesia already as a Dutch person. He said basically, he hails from the Philippines, and basically he says that many countries in Southeast Asia are still focused on the former colonial metropoles. So the university system here in Indonesia very much resembles the Dutch university system, and maybe less the university system in Malaysia, a neighboring country, that is much more focused on the British academic system. If Vietnamese scholars, they might be trained in French curatorial archival norms of practice, but they do not have access to resources to compare that with their Chinese neighbors, for instance. Mela even told me a couple of days ago that that was quite a hassle, and I think for our Philippine colleagues, I'm not sure whether you agree, that it's quite a hassle to get from Manila to Yogyakarta because you have long overlays in every possible airport, whether that's Singapore, Jakarta, or Bangkok. Such long overlays that you could actually in that time easily travel to Amsterdam or London and back. So this is not an abstraction, this is still real, and I think it's not only with regard to the colonial metropoles, and that is true, but maybe also with the national metropoles, that in Indonesia things go all via Jakarta, and in the Philippines things all go via Manila. And in a way we want to break through that here, to create a sort of horizontal platform where, for instance, activists from West Papua can sort of meet with activists from the Sulu region. I mean, that's not the case now, but maybe in the future it is, so that there is a direct contact and a direct link where people can exchange information about archives, about sound, about history. So that is something that we strive for. Also to see how we can reactivate and revive these archival recordings and recirculate them among people who understand them. I mean, in Europe we are sitting on so much sonic material that as Europeans we actually do not understand. We don't know the language, we don't know what people are singing about. So these inter-Asian curatorial dialogues, I think, are very important. I will tell a little bit more about it in my own talk this afternoon. Then, with regard to the artistic interventions, we invited a lot of artists, and I'm very glad that they are here. Rani Jambak and Ferry Sukota. There is Rara, who still has to arrive, and Sabina. Yeah. So we find that important to have this artist presence, because I think the academy and also the archive is still very much focused on written text, on visuals, on a mode of observation that is distanced in a way. And indeed, by bringing vision in contact with hearing, and also proprioception, the way in which you find yourself in space, through dance, or through gesture, or through other forms of embodied communication. We want to bring that in one experiential and epistemic frame, to widen the idea of knowledge through vision towards hearing and proprioception as well. Then, with regard to canon formation and untold histories, we want to address the gaps and the absences and the silences, the underrepresentations of certain groups of people, for instance women, or minorities in certain countries, to see where they fell into the cracks of the archive, and how we can still find ways to include them. Of course, both written testimonies and recorded sounding voices have been mediated in colonial times, with national agendas, in all kinds of ways. And we also really want to sort of, critically look at those dynamics. Then, with regard to the notion of memory and heritage, what I find really interesting as a musicologist is to see how fleeting sounds, ephemeral sounds, during the colonial era, starting in the colonial era, because of this technology of sound recording that came up in the early 20th century, how these fleeting sounds were turned into discrete objects with names, with locations, with specific features that were attributed to them by those who were doing the recording, which were mostly Europeans going to the colonial frontiers to record there. So this process of fleeting sounds, of ephemeral expressions, being turned into objects that can be representational of a people, that can be displayable to a certain audience or viewership, or that can be analyzable, dissectable, and that can be locatable in a certain place. How did that happen? That's a process, I think, that does not only occur in sound, but you can see it in sound very well. And I think, therefore, we can sort of feed discussions about what in the academy we consider to be heritage, right? I don't like that term, actually. I think we should get rid of it, because it's It's a European invention of collectibles that were turned into collectibles to make them manageable for a certain purpose, for a set of certain purposes. So how can we reimagine these objects? How can we reach beyond the notion of heritage into certain uses of these legacies from the past that sometimes even have sacred connotations, that contain ancestor voices, that contain certain energies and powers that really have a tangible impact on people. That is something that I hope that we can sort of think about, that we just have a space to also brainstorm about this without maybe reaching a definite answer. So yeah, that I think is our sort of elaboration of these 4 themes.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. So if you see this kind of broad theme that we bring up here in this afternoon, you will see how much we can expect from this summer school. So the main objective of this summer course is to really examine colonial sound archives and challenge Eurocentric approaches, as mentioned before by Barbara, to heritage curations and archival practice and also knowledge protection. This is also trying to facilitate engagement with physically and digitally repatriated sounds collections. It is also to foster intergenerational and intercontinental collaborations among student, researcher, archivist, curator, artists, and also source community representative from Southeast Asia and Europe. And in the end, also we have to serve an important preparation for the recent collective volume plan for year 4 of the project. If you want to see more information about this summer school and the whole project, we have a website in the link to our Faculty of Cultural Science. Thank you, Ningrum, for providing this. Maybe my colleague can show the links of the sound. Ella, can you help? Oh, in this is the website. You can find information and then some of the activities that we already have and we're going to have in this 3 years to come. And you can see also in the on this website. Yes, this is the veranda, the homepage of this our song. You can click here and you find all the information about our project in our summer school. And to close this introduction, I would like to inform you that today we're going to focus our summer school here in this room, and then in the evening we invite for welcoming dinner, and tomorrow we will focus on the site visit and lecturing in Islam Budaya Museum, where we're going to listen to Ibu will explain about the collection of Sound Budaya, sound archive collection in Sound Budaya. They have around more than 300 recordings from the colonial periods. It's very interesting collection. So, and then the third day is we're going to visit Udan Sempal with Daniel here, and there we're going to be witnessing one lecture from Gadjah and also some performance that we're going to see there. And then in the 4th day, we're going to visit Lokananta, Mas Dana here, who will let us to have see the collection of Museum Lokananta. It's very interesting museum and collection, very rich collection of sound archive, especially from Indonesia. And also we're going to have some lecture also there. And then at the end of the summer school, we will come back here in Gadjah to have some session and also closing remark of the summer school. And maybe among we're going to have also visit to Mada, not this year. And Tuesday, okay. Okay, Tuesday we're going to see a special performance. It's very popular here in Jakarta. So that's what we can tell you about the introduction of our summer school. Thank you for your attention and have a nice summer school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mada, and thank you so much, Barbara, for the introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now having a coffee break, and the refreshments are provided next division. Please note that we will reconvene back here promptly in 20 minutes, so please help yourself. And I'd also like to remind you, if you haven't signed the attendance list yet, please remember to sign it up in front of this room. Jika ada yang belum mengisi daftar hadir, mohon untuk mengisi di depan pintu ruangan. Terima kasih.
Okay, let's have a coffee.
I